Welcome all, Boone here from EWPRO. Getting straight into the weekly outlook, looking at the DXY on the daily. I'm waiting for a correction in here, a larger correction. Going down to the lower time frames, it doesn't look like we're getting that correction yet. I have to be careful now with the sells. Last week we were looking for a sell. Now we have three down. And we have bullish divergence in here as well. So it's more of a buy, if anything. You'd really need to go down onto the lower time frames, but you'd be looking on Monday a little bullish flag in here on the lower time frames to buy, possibly to go and break that top, but for at least three up. So AU on the daily, nothing's changed. I'm looking for that 333 or 335. Yeah, at this stage, it's no signs of reversal yet. Still in this trend line here. We're getting a lot of bullish divergence, so I wouldn't be looking for the sell, that's for sure. I'll be waiting for a buy setup, but there simply isn't any buy setup. For the buy, I'd like to see a nice impulse up, breaking this top, and then giving us a bullish setup. Then I could look for at least three up. Until that happens, you're pretty much scalping sells, and you're getting all that bullish divergence, so it becomes very risky. GU, this can be finished at any time now. We've got looking at this A, B, C here on the daily, so we can get another larger C up. Again, it's you got to be very careful buying this. We have a possible bear hidden here. So this can come down and break that low. On the H4, H1, we got bearish divergence. So I'd quickly go down to the M15 here. You'll be looking for a sell in here. We've got a nice impulse down, so you're looking for a correction in here Monday or Tuesday, and looking for at least three down. And yeah, that can go and break the low, the H4 low. EU on the daily. I'm looking at this flat, this A, B, C, like I have been for a long time. So I'm looking for that largest, like A, B, C up. Just looking in here, is this over in here on the lower time frames? It's looking very corrective. There's nothing really motive about this. It's sort of got three up in here, so you'd have to be careful to go and break that low. Go down to the lower time frames and see if there's anything. It's pretty much just an A, B, C here, like I just showed, like this A, B, get a C up in here. It's very similar to GU. If I just go down to the M15 quickly, we got a nice impulse down. So if you get a nice correction in here, you can look for at least three down. And like on GU, H4 can go and break that low. NU on the daily, really waiting for this correction in here, like the others on the majors, waiting for this correction. Do that. We did get a nice impulse up in here. On the lower time frame, we did get 5 up in there, but it's become very deep in here. So it may still give another one up in here, like an A, B, C. There's no real sign of bullishness. So, if this is a impulse, we could look at that as a flat or a 5 down. It doesn't really matter. But if we're looking at this as a correction, I'd be looking for the buy for at least an A, B, C. There is no buy set up on it. And you're very close to the low too, so I wouldn't be looking for the sell either. There's really not much on it at all. Yeah. I mean, if you got a nice impulse up, and a bullish setup, I'd be looking for the buy. But until this happens, I'd be staying out of this pair at the moment. GY. This still may not be over here. We still may get another one up in here, and this is a flat in here. If I just zoom in a little bit. So this can be like an A, a B, a C in here, a flat. And then we get like an A, B, C up in here to finish off this B wave. And then we get the A, B, C down. It's looking more bullish than anything. Was looking for a correction in there after an impulse up. Have to be very careful, extremely careful with the buy, because this can come and fall over. We do have a bear hidden here. Yeah. Other than that, you could. I mean, I'd be looking for an A, B, C, but with that bear hidden there, it becomes very risky. Yeah. But yeah, if you do get a buy set up on the lower time frames, you could look for the buy, or you could look for the sell. It's more of a sell, if anything. You know, if we're looking at the M15, we got a nice impulse down from the top. If this is corrective in here, well, you could look for a third one down, like an A, B, C, and it may go and break that low because of that bear hidden. So yeah, at this stage, it's more of a sell. But if you get a nice bullish setup in here, you could look for the buy as well for that flat, for that A, B, C. UY on the daily. I've been looking at this flat, this ABC, this expanding flat here. Does this go down and break that low? I really hope it does, so then we can start to load up on buys. We got the 5 up here on the H4. I'm really looking for a correction now. Like we got like 1, 2, 3, looking for a wave 4 and then a wave 5. More than likely, we'll get a bear hidden in here, and then I'll be looking for the sell. At this stage, it's rather bullish. And that's actually complete. So you can see here we got a nice impulse up, and we're getting 3 down. I'd be looking for an A, B, C, and then I'd be looking for this 5th one down. Yeah. I'll just quickly go down, see if there's anything decent on the lower time frame. Not particularly. There's really no bullish setup in there just yet. USD CAD. So USD CAD pretty much leaving alone now. We've bounced off that 123.6 of this, the inverse fib extension of this here. So we're at that 123.6. There's really not much you can do now. Right up the top of the market with all this bearish divergence, you're pretty much waiting for a sell setup, but yeah, there's no sign of that at this stage. So I'd be pretty much leaving this alone. I mean, there was a bull hidden in here for that to go and break the top. Then we get even more bearish divergence. So at this stage, you're pretty much leaving this alone. Well, I'd be leaving it alone. The Swissy on the daily, sort of looking at this A, B, C, just seeing if this is over in here on the lower time frames. Well, we got 3 down in here. No bullish divergence, so you have to be very careful. The only way you can, well, on the H4, you'd want a break of this top here before you started to look for a buy. And you're buying right at the top of the market with bearish divergence, so it's not the ideal. For the sell, you'd be looking for a bear hidden at this stage. Like you'd be looking for like some sort of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a fifth one in here, and you get a bear hidden in here, and then you could look for a sell. But yeah, it's really just scalping. EG on the daily. I mean, the daily we're getting all this bullish divergence, so I pretty much would be leaving this alone. We had like an A, B, C here, and it's just about coming to break the low. I'd let it break that low and then start to look for buys. Um, at this stage, this could go either way. It could, come up here, just break that top, and then fall over and break the low. Ideally, it does break the low, and we get a nice impulse from a low, and then nice bullish setup, and then we can look for a buy. As for the sells, I wouldn't be looking for sells. Um, I mean, it's looking a little bit bullish here, but a very risky. Like I said, this can just go up, break this top here, and then like fall over. So yeah, it can go either way. This I'd be staying out of it until the low is broken. WTI, like I've been saying for a few weeks now, I'd really like to see this low here broken. To complete this A, B, C in here, and then we get that A, B, C. I'd really like to see this low here broken before I look for this up in here. It's been very difficult to trade this, and pretty much like I said last week, you're staying out of this. This is extremely choppy. I was sort of looking for 1, 2, 3, and we get a wave 4 and a wave 5 up. That's gone. That's well and truly not going to happen. It could have happened over here, but now we're getting lower lows, deep pullbacks. Really need to see this low here broken, and then I can start to look for buys. Other than that, you're just scalping, and at this stage, you'd be looking at 1, 2, 3 in here, for like a 1, 2, 3 to finish up some sort of a flat. You know, it's very messy. There really isn't much on it. You if you're trading this, you'd be getting cut to pieces. Yeah, there's really not much on it at all. So yeah, if anything, I'd be looking for a buy, in here for an a B, and a C, and you get like an A, B, C in here. There's your flat there. But you'd only be looking for a C up just to go and break that top. So, it's very risky. Gold on the daily, just right up the top. We did have a nice impulse down in here. Like I mentioned last week, this is going to be more complex. We had that impulse, 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 and then we get that correction. So I'll be looking for one down in here, another one up for the A, B, C, and then I'd be looking for C down, and then I'd be looking for a longer term buy to go and break the top. At this stage, it's not even. I'd be waiting for this top in here to be broken, looking for a sell in here for an A, B, C. It's really just scalping, and then a buy, and then a sell. You could scalp it, but yeah, at this stage, there's no longer term trend on it. Looking at silver, we got the Z up, so we got all that bearish divergence. It's more of a sell, if anything. Last few weeks, been looking at this flat. We still may get another one up in here to complete this flat, but then I'd be looking for downsiders like an A, a B, and a C. We are getting a lot of bearish divergence in here, so I mean it's not really bearish yet. I mean, this is more bullish. Ideally, this goes up, breaks the top, and then gives you a nice impulse down, a bearish setup, and I'd be looking for a C down to go and break that low for that larger A, B, C. But at this stage, this is more bullish in here. In fact, it even has a bull hidden here, like. So, I wouldn't, I mean, you could look for the buy if you wanted to, but you'd have to be careful that you'd want to be a break even at the break of this top. And then you'd be looking for a sell. Bitcoin, right up the top of the market here. The safest way is to wait for the wave 4. So we got 3 up. We got that 1, 2, 3. Wait for that wave 4, and then you trade that wave 5 up. That's the safest way. Or you'll just get cut to pieces up here. Actually, it looks like it's completing the wave 4 now, and we're getting a wave 5 up internally here. That's what that other arrow was. I'll just take that off. But we got a flat here. So we got so we got 1, 2, 3 up, breaking the top, and then you get an A, B, C, give you that flat, and now we're getting that 5th one up. So, on the lower time frame, yeah, I mean, you're either on it or you're not. You'd have to, because it's a 5th wave, it's already broken the ending point of wave 3. You'd you'd be looking for a little retracement in here on Monday just to go up and break the top, pretty much for that 5th wave. Yeah, it's because of non-farm payroll. It'd probably come down here, and yeah, it's very much bullish. but you'll just have to try and get in. There's really, I mean, there is there's a bull hidden in here. If you get a little bullish setup in here on the lower time frames, you could look to buy just to break that top there. But yeah, I mean, you really haven't got a very good entry. S&P 500 right up the top of the market. There's not much you can do with this. Really waiting for a sell setup. It's not giving any sell setup. In fact, I did buy this. Um, you know, it's extremely risky. We had three down in here. Um, I actually got in. I think on this one here. Then non-farm payroll come out, just broke the low and took off. So I'm pretty much a break even. But this is more bullish to go up and break the top again. But we're right at the top of the market, so you got to be very careful trading this, buying at the top of the market. Yeah. AU 200 right at the top of the market. We're really waiting for sells. We got all this bearish divergence. I don't really want to be buying up the top. It's like S&P 500, very risky. I mean, this has got a bull hidden here. You know, so can't rule out that this is the actual top. We got a bull hidden here, so this can keep another one up, breaking the top. There's, very risky. I mean, yeah. Not even sure there's a buy set up on it. It's really not much on it at this stage because we got all these big spikes. So, yeah, you have to wait for a direction. The footsie finally going, we had that impulse up in here. I was looking for three down and then go up and break the top. That's pretty much what it's doing. You're either on it or you're not. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be looking for a larger correction at this stage. I dare say we got five up, or some sort of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Bearish divergence. You're getting probably a larger correction in here, and then I'd be looking for more upside, but I'll be waiting for this correction, a larger correction than these over here, and then I'd be looking for a fifth one up. Well, for another five up to go and break the top on the daily. Lastly, the DAX, like I mentioned last week, this is looking very bullish and it's taken off. You're either on it or you're not. You can't go buying right at the top of the market. I mean, we've been looking for buys on this for a while. We had this impulse here. It did come back. Well, it only got back to the 38.2, but it took off. This was looking bullish again, and it's gone. So you're either on it or you're not, pretty much. Yeah. So I'll leave it there. If Yeah, I'll leave it there. So yeah, if you got anything out of this video, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.